Hello and welcome to another episode of Diaries of Badass Bosses. I'm Tigz Rice.
And I'm Penny Joyner-Platt.
And today, I thought we would talk about the fact that you set me an accountability goal. Well, I say you and Tracy and Connor set me an accountability goal.
Yeah, so back in the episode with Tracy Fishburne, who absolutely just annihilated you because we've been waiting quite a while for a certain someone's website.
Yeah, we really have.
And
even when I was doing my podcast.
Yeah.
Even in mine, that was episode 2. When did we start this podcast?
May.
Well, yeah, and to be fair, at that point, I'd even the staging site was up.
Yeah.
So, I thought we'd talk about that today.
Okay.
Because I did it.
Yay!
I did it.
Round of applause, please. Well done. Congratulations.
Well, I say that we were talking about this earlier. I've got 2 pages left to do. Both of them have started. I've just got to finish the home page and the About Me page, which I don't know about you. I find the About Me page almost like the hardest page to do on a website.
Yeah, it is.
I've got the information compiled, and after this podcast, I'm going to be going home and sorting that out and a few little bits of back end. But yeah, it's officially launching tomorrow. We're recording this on November 30th and it's coming out tomorrow, which is December the 1st. So
on your business birthday as well. You met that challenge.
Oh my gosh, I've had so many late nights trying to get this done, but I think the one thing that I did want to talk about today, while we're talking about the fact that actually this is done, is accountability. Because quite honestly, that episode kicked me into a whole new gear. And one of the things that we walked away from that episode, I literally said to you, I really need some accountability goal here because, oh my God, I just need someone to just hold me accountable. So we've been having pretty much weekly check-ins, haven't we, since then, with me saying...
Yes, I've been riding your ass hard.
Yes, I've loved every second of it.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I've loved cracking the whip, actually. I'm quite good at it. Telling everyone else what to do. It's very good. It's felt like you've been like my third child.
Oh, I love that. Although having seen both of your children, I'm definitely not the pretty one. So they've got that. They're so cute.
They are too cute. Yeah, they are.
So I don't know what my major skill is. If I'm your favourite, I think I might have to come up with something to battle against those two because they're wonderful. I built a website.
Yes.
They're like, how old are yours?
So 2 and 4.
Yeah, I mean, they'll outdo me in a couple of years, but for now, I'm holding that as my special skill that you can love me for. So I thought we would talk about accountability because obviously it's been really important to me in the last couple of weeks, but it's something that we both rely on quite heavily, sort of accountability, both in our personal workflows, but also what we offer to our clients as well, because there's a huge part of that accountability that comes with the mentoring that we offer in our individual services as well. So I'd love to know how accountability shows up for you in your daily life. Like, how do you hold yourself accountable?
Well, I think the thing that everyone will always say when you run your own business, you always will put client work first. Mm-hmm. And to actually do any work for your business, for you, and actually work on your business, is what everyone really struggles with, actually. And it's what everybody really wants to do, but just does not make that time to do. So it's always a frustration for people.
Yeah.
And ever since I started doing the coaching side of my business, I've really seen how and what a benefit that can be to my clients, that also does push me as well, because I very much can't be telling people to show up and level up if I'm also not doing that. And I still fall, foul of it. Like, I still definitely, like, my website personally needs majorly updating because it's evolving. Get my own back. I know, it's my turn now, because it's actually somewhat out of date, even only a year old. Can you believe? But the business has changed quite a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the coaching side of what I do one of the things, if not the favorite thing of all my clients, is the accountability side of it. So because I do calls each week, and sometimes there's even like 2 calls where we're kind of like, the work is then given to me and I, go through it, and then, we go through it together. So it's definitely something whenever I kind of say like, what do you love about it? What are you getting out of it? And it's like, it's just stuff that I've been wanting to do for ages or learn how to do. And now you're making me do it. Mm-hmm. And it's making them more effective. So actually, as much as like it feels like, oh gosh, I've got to do this within this space of time, the work that we're doing hopefully is everything that's automating their life a little bit more. It's making their life simpler. Once they know how to do a task, they get quicker at it, all of those aspects to it. So accountability is great because actually it can be a real time saver.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of my clients would say, like, we've been working together a year or 6 months now, and gosh, I've seen a change. Mm-hmm. So another thing that I like to do is like the work-life pie, which is basically like where you currently spend all your time and where you want to spend your time.
Yeah.
So that is a really good exercise for anyone. So I really recommend that to anybody to do that and every time somebody does it as well, they go, oh my God, I didn't realise. You have it in my head like, oh yeah, I've been spending X amount on my marketing and X amount on social, when actually I say, do you know what? You don't need to. What is it that's taking up the time? And so we look at then ideas about how to kind of make things work a little bit better and stuff. So the accountability side really feeds into every area for everyone, which is really nice as well.
And I think one of the things that like a real key thing you said in there was making time for it, because it's so easy to work in your business and forget to do that on your business. And one of the big changes for me this year has been that I have dedicated a huge chunk of my Fridays every week to working on my business. So my Fridays have, for the last like 10 weeks have basically
been great. I've seen a change in you. Yeah, well, I've seen a change in you as well. Like, and I think because for me, when I know that that's your work day on Tigz, it's like I tailor whatever questions I'm going to speak to you about, so even in that way, the people that work with you or alongside you or your clients and that, when you put that specific day in place, I've not got there yet, but that's because like my workload has changed quite a bit, but just the kids as well, their nursery times
are changing.
So I think I can't wait till Easter when Ollie will actually start like the full-time nursery side, and I will have a bit more structure to my day. Then I definitely am going to implement what you do. I think it's a really good idea, but sometimes it doesn't always work out in the PR world, because
there's a lot more
clients, if they need you, they need you. And unfortunately, the news doesn't stop either on a Friday just because you know that you want to work on your business.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it might not work out for me.
But that said, you're doing quite a lot in terms of keeping yourself accountable. I know that you've got some personal goals within the business that, and we sat down, actually, we went for a business bestie lunch date at the weekend, didn't we? And it was our opportunity to go, you know what, we're going to take a day out. We're going to go sit by a fireplace, which we did actually get the fireplace.
I know. It's very cute.
Sat and had that conversation about, like, let's talk about where we're at, what we want to do, where we're going. And, it's really lovely to have someone in business with you, to be, so, someone who's outside of your business but knows your business so well, to be like, okay, this is what we like, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is where I want to go. And I know I walked away with so much clarity after that on Sunday, and I'm like, you made me do my work-life pie chart as well, and that was an eye-opener. So it was incredible. And I mean, how was it for you? How was Sunday for you? I feel like I've just asked you a relationship question.
I know, it was really good, because for me, I've obviously kind of got over that 1 year, business birthday of like what the platform is, and it's amazing to think how it's evolved so much. When I first started out the platform, I really did think that the network side of it was going to be a big part of my business, but actually it's turned out that I've moved a little bit away from that and focused much more on the do it yourself, do it for you type style of offer for my clients. So whether I do all the PR for them or whether I coach them how they do it. And that new structure actually is just working really, really well. So it was about, what am I stripping away?
Yeah.
What am I kind of spending my time on doing, and how it's evolved. So it was nice to kind of celebrate how different the business is now. But in terms of like what is to come, it was thinking about actually growing the team, which I think is exciting. And actually talking about having, more support as well as the business is growing and the demands of clients are growing. And we've got some exciting campaign work coming up, which is really cool. That'll be getting out, filming and photographing with you two, which I'm so excited about as well. So, I do miss the campaign side of stuff, so that I'm really excited to get back into that. So so potentially looking for a VA.
Exciting.
I know that would be amazing. Just somebody to come in and organize me a little bit will be really nice. I've kind of, again, working for myself now for 3 years, having been agency side and always having a team, and I got so used to that. That's what I knew. And so 3 years on my own, I'm kind of bored of myself now. So it'd be nice to have some team again.
How has that transition been from, because I guess, I've never really had that. I went...
You've just been a loner all your life.
I have been, and then COVID happened, and I'm just like, oh, yeah, we all work at home now. I mean, nothing's changed. But for you specifically, like, you had quite a big, you led a team, so you had a lot of people around and underneath and sort of supporting.
I got to delegate.
Yeah,
I miss those days. No, it was, I was very, very fortunate actually. I had a wonderful, training from the ground up. So I started as that junior person, completely green, not knowing what I'm doing, got trained by some brilliant people, and then, built up through the ranks, and then got I was associate director for many years and head of PR. So I definitely did have a lot of support always, all around me, and a lot of inspiration as well. I had some amazing directors that I worked for. I had some big clients as well, all different. I think that was the thing as well, very different personalities. You certainly understood, the ways in which to help people and look after them, because everyone had different needs and stuff. So that was a really good learning curve. But then to go from all of that team to just me was actually, it was a shock, but it was okay because of the timing of it, because it was when I just had Freddie. So I was a mum, so my priorities were different. And it's interestingly, speaking of being a parent, we had some amazing news.
Yes, we
recently
did.
What are we on about?
Our lovely Connor has some news, don't you, my darling?
Yeah. I am, I'm not expecting a child. My missus is, but we're going to have a baby. Happy days.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Daddy Connor, I'm so happy.
No, don't, not that word. That's an ick word for me. I'm gonna raise the shoe.
So what's your kid gonna call you? Papa?
Nah, no, just Dad. Mate.
Connor.
Mate.
Yeah, mate. Just call me mate, yeah.
Oh my God. But no, in all fairness though, we are extremely excited for you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you and Vicky. That's wonderful news.
Cannot wait.
And actually, while we've got you, now you're connected up with your mic and everything, I'd love to actually ask you about your accountability, because how does it look for you in your business? How do you hold yourself accountable? Do you have people that you rely on to support you in that way?
Sort of. I've got a group chat of videographers and editors, and we'll send each other our first draft edits and get some feedback and stuff. We're not very harsh, but we'll be oh yeah, you could have cut more here, or you could have added more stuff here, some overlays, all that sort of stuff.
Constructive.
Yeah, constructive criticism, the CC group. But most of my accountability just comes to my editing, really. I've got a lot of editing on the plate, and I know that I've got to put a little bit of my sort of business stuff to the side to get all this done before Christmas. So I'm holding myself accountable to get all of this like editing done.
Meet those deadlines.
Yeah, meet them deadlines. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hard when like for me as well. Maybe it's actually I don't know if it's the same for you. Like for creatives, definitely the ramp up before Christmas. It's so hard to self prioritize your business.
I've got about 7 folders on my editing drive of stuff that needs editing, and all video as well. So they're all like proper time consuming.
When do you find the same for your sort of? Is there a massive ramp up to Christmas and then sort of it drops off, or when do you find it easier to be working on your business?
Good question. It's a funny one, particularly with just at the moment, because the coaching kind of, it will just keep
very
going.
Consistent.
It's very consistent. I kind of like that I've got that actually in my life that's very consistent. And my clients as well, they all, they've all got families and, they also want to have a bit of a break as well. So I feel like that will just consistently be up until that Christmas break. Then all of us will have that lovely week off and then we'll come back raring to go. So that kind of is fine. Like that's great. I kind of love that. The campaign side of it, a couple of my campaign clients are all very different.
Yeah.
So it really actually depends on them. So it's kind of like at the moment, I feel like I need to touch every piece of wood. It's all okay. It's all okay. But saying that, I do have one new client that could potentially be huge, a lot of work, which I'm very excited about actually. It's crazy that I love so much work.
You're gonna need that VA.
But I know, then that's why, as I say, I'm already interviewing because I kind of just know it's just gonna pop.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, it's the calm before the storm for me at the moment. I'm doing okay, but I feel something's a coming. And it will kick off kind of like January. So I feel like I'm gonna try and enjoy the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Knowing that there's big stuff happening. I think that's the best way to think of it at the moment. So yes.
Big things are coming. Well, I feel like it's a perfect time to actually talk about the mentoring offers that we have. So talk me through what you offer in terms of mentoring and coaching.
Well, so it is, so I kind of do, my coaching is funny as well because I specifically started saying, it's PR. And then actually when I started working with businesses, they have a mix of a range of stuff actually they need support with depending on what stage they're at in their business. So there's one client that I work with that they've literally started the whole business from scratch. So it was everything from like the name, the branding, the website, setting up their social media templates, like just guiding them how to get everything in place. And then there's another client that's just doesn't do any PR. So it's like teaching her how to do PR and now she's doing it for herself. Like it's amazing, so it's the accountability of what their need is at the time or stage they're at in their business and how they want to level up. What am I going to focus on? So I just make them accountable, but it's like meeting their needs. It's all the things that they really want to do and they go, I really wish I could do this, or I want to do this, or I just want to be showing up more. How do I do it? And we make a plan. So, But with yours, because your mentoring as well has really kind of ramped up this year as well, hasn't it?
So I've done, I've run my Art of Boudoir Masterclass. I think it's not been every year. And obviously there was a good 3-year period of sort of lockdowns and things where it didn't run at all. But I think this is year 8. I think I've just, as of tomorrow, I think season 8 of the masterclass is going. So that's an event that I've run every year for photographers that want to get specifically into the niche of boudoir burlesque. So I've been offering that. I think the first one I ran was 2012, maybe 2012, 2013. But this year I've opened up my mentoring specifically for people in the creative industries. So photographers or anyone that wants to get into modeling as well, sort of within the sort of niches that I work in. So that launched on National Mentorship Day, which was a couple of months ago. And I'm going to be offering some sort of more intense ongoing photography mentoring in the new year. So I'm really excited because it's as I've said to you many times over the years, one of the things that's really important to me is there are so many people who throughout the last 14 years have helped me along my career. And like, I feel like, especially with the rebrand and how the business has grown in the last sort of 12 to 18 months, it's time for me to start passing on that knowledge and helping others and, you know, lifting, like a rising tide lifts all boats. It's time to elevate others alongside me and bring other people up on the journey. So I'm really excited for that to be launching and what's to come in the new year. So I guess watch this space, but yeah, a lot more will be going out on the website tomorrow. And my God, I'm so excited. Last night I was like, you know that feeling you get in your stomach where you're just like, something big is about to happen and I don't know if I'm excited or like nervous sick, but like the feeling of like, oh my God, big things are happening now. And yeah, so ready to jump on that momentum and excited for 2024.
Yeah, oh my gosh, well, very exciting. So much to come. I mean, we definitely say to anyone out there, if you've got any questions for us about accountability or what your struggles are, then I think, you know, put them in the comments below, and we'll happily answer anything that, you know, top tips or things that we feel that have benefited us or, you know, we think might be useful for you. But what would be your top tip for accountability if somebody's struggling to make themselves accountable in their business?
Reach out and find the perfect person to give you that sense of accountability. You know, I'm lucky that I have you in my life. So when I'm like, Pen, I really need help doing this, but it's finding that someone. And if you don't have someone in your immediate circle that you can rely on for that, then outsource it, find the right person for you. What about you?
Yeah, I would definitely say like people, but if it's something to do how to make yourself accountable, I write stuff down. I know it's old school. I know a lot of people out there, all you techies out there will be like, what? Pen and paper? But it's my way of doing it. But you know, and everyone just find your own way. But I definitely find writing it down makes me accountable to it as well. So yes, my favorite would be obviously have that person. But I do also think if it is a case of just for yourself, and it is like, allot that time, but write a list of the things that you really want to do and set that timeline of like, this is what I want to achieve. You know, do your 2024 plan. You know, what is it I want to achieve in 2024? And then be really honest with yourself and say, right, I want to do this by quarter one, this by quarter two, and write it down and then tick it off as soon as it's done.
Do you know, I love the difference in these answers. I wonder actually if mine's a bit of a neurospicy answer, because actually, and I'm gonna pull Connor in on this one, because there are things that I've had to get done this year, and actually I think there's been 2 occasions now where I'm like, Connor, can you come and body double me while I learn how to, what was it? It was YouTube, the first one, wasn't it?
YouTube, yeah. Uploading shorts and just getting them all sort of organised. Yeah,
so I actually find that if someone sits next to me while I do it significantly faster.
Nice, I like that.
Yeah, and then also video. I've just bought a camera to introduce video next year.
Nice.
Very exciting.
Connor, I'm gonna need you again.
Show you the ropes.
So body doubling for a neurospicy person, it's definitely like,
I like the body doubling thing. That's a great shout.
So, but it's really interesting to hear, like, because if I write something down on paper, it may or may not happen for me. But I love that we've got 2 different answers, and it just goes to show, doesn't it? Accountability looks like what you need it to be, not what.
But my list just keeps getting bigger. I keep adding to it instead of crossing it off. So maybe it's not the best way.
You need a body double, babe. You know where I am.
Yeah, I think, as I said, I'm interested to see what other people say. So please definitely comment below on any of the platforms so that we can see what are your tips as well. Like, we'd love to hear. I think, you know, all of us that work for ourselves, we need all the advice we can get. So but it's been a great session.
Loved it.
I feel very accountable.
I know. I felt like I had a little bit of therapy in here. It's been wonderful.
Good luck with the website launch.
Thanks.
Can't wait to have a little play with it.
And thank you for all your help with the accountability.
Yeah, no worries. We'll definitely, we'll put the link in for Tigz's website as well, so you can go on and maybe give her your feedback as well.
Yes, if you notice any mistakes, please let me know so I can fix them.
I'm
like a little
definitely going to
Easter
go
egg
through
hunt,
now. Yeah,
I know.
definitely going to go through the fine tooth comb.
Well, it has been an incredible session. We are so grateful for you listening today. We cannot wait to hear your own accountability tips. And we will be back next week with another fabulous episode of Diaries of Badass Bosses.
See you soon.